What is up, y'all? It is your boy KNB, only one here, and we're back. 11:59 p.m. is here again. And the guys, I just want to say, and as everybody can say, what a year. What a year. So I did this last back in August of 2020. And I will say 2020 got a whole lot more interesting, more than it already was after that, after August of 2020. And once it got into the fall, it got quite interesting, I will say, for me personally. And even just everything else in the world feels like we are just in the last minutes of time. It really does. It just, maybe not, but it does just, it feels that way. It feels that way in a lot of different areas. It feels just like almost we're on borrowed time. Like we have time, but we don't have as much time as we think we do. And just seeing over the last year, of course, and just how quickly it has gone by, and how much we have seen, time is not slowing down, it's speeding up. And it just still seems like a lot of us are still kind of in a place where we may be in these last minutes of the clock of life, but some people are just still kind of living their lives as if we aren't, as if we still have plenty of time. And what I mean by that is just not acting on change or the purpose, or not trying to challenge themselves in any way. It just still seems like is happening. Some of the things that happened to me last year, I actually did end up catching COVID, and December 2020, Christmas time to be exact, I actually had COVID, actually had experiences with it. And I will tell you, it is the most unique and significant sickness I have ever encountered. Even though I didn't feel like completely terrible, I just felt different. My body just felt completely different for an entire 2 weeks. And realizing that I had felt a sickness that I had never felt before in that type of way. Thank God I got through it. I'm alive here today to still talk to you. But it is definitely something different. It's definitely something serious. And we are reaching to a point where things are actually getting better now. Things are clearing out. And it's not anything to play with, I'll say. It's definitely not. After actually experiencing it, it's not anything to joke with, not anything to play with. And it also just got me thinking as well. It's just like, we could very well be in the last minutes of time. And it just got me thinking about my own purpose and some things that I want to pursue in life as well. And just motivated me more to wanting to just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and pursue that purpose. What's to wait on, really? What more is there to wait on? What more is there to see? It's just more that I keep seeing in my head. It's just like, what are you waiting on? And it just feels like a lot of us are still waiting. We've seen a year of this, and it's still ongoing. It's nowhere near over yet. There's no telling when it is. But I'm just still just seeing, getting the sense of people just waiting. Like, okay, it's been a year of COVID, and things are getting a little better, but it's still around. But I'm still gonna wait around to see what else happens before I decide to act. And to me, that's just a dangerous spot to be in. That's a dangerous place to be in. So, it's that, along with experiencing a part of my life where I thought somebody that was going to be beside me wasn't ready to be beside me as well. Experiencing that also has just really got my mindset just changed about a whole lot of different things, and not wanting to continue to wait to see what else is going to happen, or continue to procrastinate before I do this, continue to procrastinate before I do that. It's just saying to just go ahead and do what you enjoy doing. The last year, 2020, and here now, in approaching spring and the second part of 2021 here, the last year has just kind of been like, if you take a alarm clock, for example, and the alarm clock was on 11:58 p.m. and as soon as that clock changed to 11:59 p.m., there's like this huge hand that just came and swooped down and grabbed the clock like moments after it changed to 11:59, and like the clock isn't going to be put back until we get ourselves straight on this earth, until we get ourselves in the right place, in the right mindsets on this earth. But the clock has been paused right at 11:59 p.m. for the last year now, and still is. And we don't know when exactly, still right now, a year later, when it's going to be resumed. That was part of the whole reason of why this series began in the first place. Then there was a spin-off series, the Dropbox. I see now that the Dropbox is still open. Things are certainly different now. Things are more open now in this time. We haven't experienced another shutdown yet either, at least where I'm at. So things they definitely are still different this time around, for sure. But a lot of the elements of getting things done and just having that additional time is still in effect, and there is still time to make some things change around you, get some things started, realize some things, and just there's still just a lot more opportunity there. I would say now it's probably even more opportunity here in 2021, even though the year still, to me, feels a lot like the same as 2020, as I mentioned earlier. It feels different, but it also feels the same as well. Just time is just moving a lot quicker. It's the big difference to me. But the actual realm of time of every day and things happening somewhat feels the same. Like, it still doesn't fully feel like 2021 yet, even though we're just about 4 months in here. So I say all that to say that this may be the last minute. It could be. And what that means, simply the last minute before the next minute, or just the last minute. Either way, it's a last minute before something, whatever is coming next. And within that last minute, there is still time. Time is still available. Time is still open. And even in the last minute of time, there is a such thing as waiting until the last second. And even in the last minute, don't wait until the last second, is what I'm saying. Go ahead. Try some different things. Get out there and just do something that is just totally different to your life, totally unique to your life, something that brings you out of your comfort zone entirely. And when I say that, still be smart, still be safe about it, still take the necessary guidelines, but there are also ways to do that and still get some things done, still take some chances. And within this last minute of time that we may have, no one really knows. Just utilize that to just do something different. So when that next minute does roll around, you'll be able to look back at this strange time period of a pandemic and all these different things that we've seen transpire in the last year. You'll be able to look back at that and be like, I learned something from that. From that pandemic, something totally transformed me from the inside out. I no longer look at life the same way. I no longer want to approach things the way I used to do. And that doesn't necessarily mean you were doing anything bad or you weren't doing things in a wrong way, or that doesn't mean that you weren't already doing things in a great way and you weren't already taking chances, taking risks. That's not what that means. It just simply means that I will hope that when that time does come, that something about you has changed at that point. Something about you have learned that you didn't learn before. Something about you recognize that you didn't recognize before. Because the world is going to continue to change, and even long after a pandemic is over, who's to say really what's next after that? So just taking this time and not waiting to the last second of the last minute to move forward, change some things around you. If you were ever given a time to go ahead and just be yourself, be your unique self at that, especially after getting more than enough time, especially me personally, I can say more than enough time to yourself, to spend some time with yourself more than ever. Just everything around you just starts to change and it starts to look different. And go ahead and embrace who you are, so that when it is time for everybody to come out back into the world as normal, or as however the world will look like after the fact, we'll all have unique stories, things to bring to the table, because we took this time to truly pursue what we've always wanted to pursue and be exactly what we wanted to be. take the time to practice and understand more of what it is that is truly important to life. Right now is the time to do it. It was already before, but a continued year of something going on and still is going on. How much more time do you need to see before you go ahead and start to change something about you? Just saying, how literally much more do you need to see is what I'm saying. And when it actually does get to the last minute, whether it be right now or the last minute before the next minute, and then that being the last minute, if we just want to get real complex here, then what else more again do you need to wait for?